Okay, so I need to do another video journal because I'm so frustrated. Just for all of your information, I started a new job. My boyfriend is currently the GM at the Pizza Hut in Hutchinson, Minnesota, which is where we are located. My boyfriend, myself, and our daughter. The start of this journey was rough. Excuse me. But here's the thing. I kind of thought that by the time Anthony would come in, things would be a little bit easier, you know. They didn't really fully train him the best. They didn't really fully train me the best. And yeah, it's been kind of an awful month. And I guess I've been there for almost a month, which is surprising. Wow. Anyways, so there's just something on the wall over there. It's bugging me. I don't know. Maybe it's not the wall. Maybe it's the ceiling. Yeah, it's definitely the ceiling. ADHD. ADHD brain. Anyways, squirrel. So it's been rough. I am 36 years old and I don't drive. And I depend on my boyfriend to basically bring us food shopping, take me shopping, if we decide to go out to eat, any of it and all of it. You know, I depend on him to do that for me. Now, recently I have been asking some of my community to help me, but they are also full-time employees, have personal lives, so on and so forth. So it's been rough. Hutch is not a very big town. If you drive around in it, it's not a very big town. If you're walking around in it, you're walking around for hours. And I don't have a shopping cart to put groceries in. I don't have a wagon or anything that I can use to go shopping by myself, minus a backpack. And even that can't carry a whole lot. So it's been almost a month since we've gone to the grocery store. We've been eating either at Pizza Hut or ordering DoorDash or grabbing whatever we possibly can. Now, for your information or intelligence with all of this, eating that type of food all the time is 100% not good physically for you or mentally for you. It gets you into a very dark, sluggish, gross kind of feeling because your body hasn't endorsed or released any good, healthy endorphins and stuff like that. So when you eat that stuff, it really it makes you feel sluggish physically, but it also makes you feel very depressed or anxious, depending on how any of the stuff works for you. So most of you all know, who have or have not watched my videos, I struggle with self-esteem. At one point in time, I was at 170 pounds, between 170 and 180 pounds, a few points in time in my life. Recently, my weight has spiraled and gotten out of control because of anxiety, because of depression, because of stress, because of life, work, I mean, anything and everything, basically. So things have been rough. My point behind this whole video right now is that I am mad at myself that I'm 36 years old, going on 37, and I don't drive or have independence, and that I always have to wait on people hand and foot to help me with stuff. I have a daughter that needs to be in occupational therapy and speech therapy, and of course her clinic is the town over because I tried doing it in this town and it didn't work. I don't know what to do. Besides, I have my permit test set up for next Thursday, and I have been studying and taking practice tests online. And I mean, some days I pass, some days I don't. But I'm so frustrated. There's no food in this house. We're literally living off of fast food and garbage. And none of this is Anthony's fault in any which way, shape, or form. Is it like maybe a little bit? Yes, because when he always wants to be a general manager, he literally picks what I like to call the underdog stores, because I don't want to say the trash stores, the stores that are about to blow up, the stores that really need help. And it's just like, so the last 2 days, so Thursday I worked 14 hours. Yesterday I worked 12. I went in this morning to help Anthony open the store, so I worked for another hour today. And then I am now home by myself, as Eva is with one of her friends to do a cookie booth, because I don't think anybody really knows, because I post all this stuff to YouTube. My daughter's a part of Girl Scouts, and it is cookie season, and we literally have until the 29th of this month. Now, between all of the troops, they've actually done pretty good. Super happy about it. Anyways, so my point behind this video is that I'm frustrated with the fact that I don't drive. Second thing I'm frustrated about, my mother. It's her birthday today, okay? She just recently got a brand new car. I had sent her a text last night asking if like Kenny, my brother, Hank, my mother's boyfriend, had like made some kind of family plans or anything, because if so, I wouldn't mind hanging out with my family. And she basically was like, what do you have in mind? And I was like, nothing. I was just seeing if you were busy, because first off, even though I am her daughter, my mom's boyfriend, Hank, is 100 years old, first off. And my mom is like, she's not 20, but we'll just put her in her 20s. So there's like a good 20 to 30 years age gap between my mom and her current boyfriend right now, which I think is interesting. But I'm not here to judge my mom's life. But my second opinion on this is, my mom, knew that we were going to be, Anthony and I was going to probably be working a lot, and she never really calls to check up on me to see if like I need help, if I need to go to the store, if I like to go shopping. Now, I need you guys to know, I live an hour away from my family. 1 hour. Now, no one likes to sit in the car for an hour or two. My Anthony and I, 2 summers ago, went up to Duluth. By the time we came back from Duluth and had to go pick our daughter up from Girl Scouts, I was done with driving in the car. Okay, I get it. I understand. Driving an hour to come see me sucks. Okay? But I am your child, and you should still be helping if you can. If I ask you, or if you make some sort of decision where you come out once a month or every 2 months or whatever, cool, great, wonderful. Then you know that I know that I can ask you for help. I used to ask you for help when I lived in Zimmerman, which was much further away than what you are. I live in Hutch, and when I asked you for help in Zimmerman, you'd come help. I've asked you to come out and help me since moving to Hutch, and you have done nothing for me to help me. Again, not trying to bash my mom. I am 36 going on 37. I don't need my mom to hold my hand, but in my past, my mother has never been a mother, and I crave so much motherly love and attention because of how she raised me. Like, I like to call her an extreme helicopter parent. She'd be in the bathroom with me while I was using the bathroom. She would be in my space no matter what. She helped me get dressed. If I stretched my shirt out too long, she'd be like, you're not supposed to have your shirt that long. She would tell me what I can and cannot eat. She would tell me not to overeat. Like, you know, this is all stuff obviously I'm working through in therapy, and that's something else. I will be starting my new EMDR therapy in about a week or so. So we'll see how well I start feeling and if my depression and my anxiety starts feeling better, but we'll see. I've never done this before. And if there is anybody on YouTube or anybody that does watch this and wants to leave a comment about it, more power to you. But, you know, I get it, that's her birthday today, but it would have been really nice if we could have done something for it. And if nobody has money to do it and everyone knows that I have money, I don't care. I literally almost 3 weeks ago spent $500 for a birthday party. Sorry. No, that wasn't off. $500 on a birthday party. I paid for 10 children and 10 adults. No, 10 children and 20 adults. So about 30 or so people. We got about 32 people, right? And then my mom questions everything about it. Well, this, just so you know, this was for my daughter's 11th birthday party. Okay. My mom questions everything about it. But it's like, guys, I'm just feeling really lonely, depressed, maybe anxious, you know, and like possibly tomorrow I will be getting my period, who knows, you know. I have no idea if I've been overstressing, so I have no idea if I am gonna be on time at all this month. And I've tried to reach out in the community, you know, to see if there's anybody that can help me in any of it. And, you know, I get that people have lives, and I also get that there's a lot of situations that has happened to us in this world that we lived in, to where people used to be super awesome and friendly and give people rides and stuff like that. Or help people out that they didn't know, you know, but the world has turned into such a very dark, very sketchy, I really don't know who I can and can't trust. I really don't know who I can and can't help. I don't want to help people. I think helping people is wrong. People should figure shit out on their own. It's just, it's sad. So, like, I have reached out to my community in this town that we live in, and I mean, I have very limited people. I do. I'm exhausted because the last 3 days I've had to be up anywhere between 5:30 a.m. to 10. And I know some people are like, we'll go to bed early. Okay, sure. I feel like I'm going insane because I've had anywhere between 5 to 7 hours of sleep, and people are like, oh, for a 37, 38-year-old woman, you know, that's normal. I'm losing my mind. Like, I'm losing my mind. I can't fall asleep. I mean, my boyfriend and I have yet to spend any kind of quality time together at all, whatsoever. Not. And it's just, it's getting to the point where he's exhausted, I'm exhausted. This new sore that we have, it's so hard. And there's a lot that needs to be fixed to it. It's definitely a work in progress, and let me tell you, I like projects and I like to make things look better and be successful and this and that and everything else, but God, let me tell you, I I never realized how exhausting this could be. And if I can be completely honest with anyone and everyone who does watch this, I don't think I've ever worked 12 or 15-hour days in my entire life. And if there are people who watch this that have, I have one thing to say to you. I give you the most credit, the most grace, the most patience, and however you fucking succeed, please drop it in the comments. I will take any fucking advice ever. I mean, if that means that I live on caffeine for a minute, more power to me. I can handle iced coffee and warm coffee, but I don't drink pop anymore, and I try to avoid energy drinks because I'm already obese enough as is. I really don't need to be having a heart attack, and I need to be semi-healthy enough for my 11-year-old and my boyfriend, you know. So I just needed to get this off my chest. And being that I have very limited people to communicate with, this is the only way that I can feel better, by video chatting. Literally, this is the only way I can feel better, by video chatting. So I'm sorry that my vlogs are super depressing. I'm sorry if my vlogs bore you, but you know, we're all here to do whatever it is that makes us comfortable and happy. And right now, after doing this vlog that I have just done, I feel 100 times better. Funny how like you just sit here and you talk to a fucking camera and you're just like, oh my god, talking to myself makes so much more sense than trying to talk to humans. No wonder people don't want to fucking communicate with anybody. And more people are introverts than they are extroverts, because no one likes people. No one. So alright, well, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna try and take a nap and rest the rest of the night, and then I'm gonna have to figure out if I'm DoorDashing dinner tonight, because Anthony's at work until 7, but he's gonna try his hardest to get out at like 5, 6 at the earliest, because between him and I, Jesus, I don't ever want to be working like this ever again. So that's another thing. If anybody who lives in Minnesota and is in the Hutchinson, Litchfield, Glencoe area, please come and apply at the Hutchinson Pizza Hut. Please, please, please. If you don't, that's fine. There's so many people that need jobs that somebody will come up and will be like, cha-ching, you're it. Alright guys, I'm gonna sign off for the day. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm not really big into any of this stuff. I'm also not Irish. So yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope people have a lot of fun tomorrow or this weekend, depending, and drink some green beer for me. Alright, Adele wants to say bye. That's my kitty. Well, she's the family kitty, but we love her. Alright, signing off.